First time I saw a wife refuse to donate blood to save her husband. And how about this one? I am pregnant with the emperor's child. Welcome to the explainer. If those quotes sound completely absurd, highly melodramatic, and entirely high stakes, well, that's exactly the point. You've just experienced the breathless energy of the internet microdrama phenomenon. Today, we're taking a really fascinating look at the anatomy of the viral microdrama. If you've been on the internet lately, you've definitely been served one of these fast-paced, vertically shot, relentlessly addictive little shows. But what makes them so impossible to look away from? Well, our goal in this explainer is to deconstruct this irresistible narrative formula. We're going to do this by analyzing two wildly dramatic source stories. One is a modern billionaire revenge tale, and the other is a historical period drama featuring an undercover emperor. As you'll see, both follow an absolutely identical, perfectly engineered blueprint for human engagement. Let's dive into this. Section 1. Betrayal by the closest. The inciting incident. Every great microdrama has to start at rock bottom. To make the eventual victory taste sweet, we first need to taste absolute bitterness. In our modern story, we have Tobias. The guy is literally in the hospital, bleeding out from a car crash, and his wife Natalie flat out refuses to donate her matching blood type. Why? Because she's busy throwing a welcome home party for her childhood crush Marcus. I mean, you can't make this up. Meanwhile, in our period drama, the devoted wife Song Yuan is betrayed by her husband, General Zhao Hong. He's actively conspiring with his widowed sister-in-law to frame Song Yuan for infidelity and steal her entire dowry. This brilliantly illustrates the strategic genius of the microdrama formula. These aren't just bad days. These are extreme, deeply personal betrayals by the people who should love them the most. It instantly gets us rooting for the underdog. Move on to Section 2, the hidden identity secret, the turning point. Really interesting about this slide is how the villains think they hold all the cards, but they are completely blind to reality. The crucial turning point in these stories is always the reveal of a hidden, overwhelming power. Take Tobias, for example. To his in-laws, he's just a lowly living son-in-law, a freeloader they literally use as a walking blood bank for their daughter. But his true identity? He is the sole missing heir to the Yao family billionaire fortune. Talk about a glow-up. In our period piece, Song Wan seeks out a poor fatherless monk at a temple to help orchestrate her revenge. What she doesn't know is that this handsome monk is actually the supreme emperor of the nation in disguise. These dual identities are the secret weapons used to permanently flip the power dynamics. The antagonists are just digging their own graves by mistreating people who actually hold absolute authority. On to Section 3, Rebirth and Righteous Revenge, Staging the Comeback. As that secret power is secured, the real fun begins. It's time to meticulously orchestrate a devastating comeback. Let's walk through Song Yuan's escalating, calculated steps of revenge. Following a rebirth with knowledge of her past life's tragic end, she doesn't just leave her cheating husband. Oh no, she buys a monk to get pregnant, then publicly exposes her wicked sister-in-law's fake pregnancy in front of a doctor. When her husband is rendered impotent from too many tonics, she flawlessly maneuvers him into securing the general's title for her unborn child. Her ruthless efficiency is staggering. And finally, when the family tries to expose her affair, the monk reveals himself as the emperor. Move to the modern era and see how this builds with Tobias. His path from abused husband to untouchable billionaire is incredibly rapid. Within hours of his hospital rejection, he drops his subservient act. Days later, his billionaire family confronts the in-laws, reminding them that while Tobias might be soft, his family absolutely is not. By week 1, he's at a high-end art exhibit, humiliating his ex-wife, Natalie, by letting her think he's a kept man, only to reveal he just made $1 million selling a single painting because of his new status. He completely outmaneuvers them at every single social and financial turn. Which brings us to Section 4, the ultimate comeuppance, the climax. This careful plotting leads us to the pinnacle of the microdrama experience. This is where the tension breaks, the music swells, and the villains finally get exactly what they deserve. But before we drop the hammer, let's just rapid-fire this list of the undeniable case for their destruction. We have Natalie denying life-saving blood for a party, Marcus staging fake car accidents to steal credit for saving lives, General Xiao Hang literally sending assassins to murder his wife, his sister-in-law faking a pregnancy and issuing predatory loans, and the Ingram family treating an adopted son as a literal human blood bank. These aren't nuanced, misunderstood antagonists. They are purely toxic, making their downfall all the more satisfying. Punishment?
total, absolute destruction. In the period drama, the emperor publicly reads off General Zhao Hang's crimes, embezzlement, treason, attempted murder, and sentences him and his family to public execution. In the modern drama, the Ingrams lose their entire fortune, their social standing is eradicated, and Natalie is left begging on her knees for a man who has entirely moved on. You see, the core appeal of these explainers is the pure, unadulterated catharsis of watching the wicked suffer total, irreversible ruin. Section 5. The Anatomy of Drama. Why we can't stop watching.
Crucial point is, why are these highly specific formulas so successful at keeping our eyes glued to the screen? It comes down to basic human psychology. Look at this table. Whether modern or period, the steps are identical. You have the severe betrayal, followed by the reveal of the secret power. This leads to the humiliating reversal and ends in the final purge. Despite the drastically different settings, a sterile modern hospital versus an ancient Buddhist temple, the deeply satisfying DNA of underdog justice remains exactly the same. We just have this innate desire to see fairness restored, to see arrogance punished, and to see the overlooked, abused person rise to the very top.
Stories tap into a universal fantasy of ultimate vindication. They let us live out the perfect comeback without any of the real-world messy consequences. Which leaves us with one final provocative thought to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. If you had absolute power and a chance for righteous revenge against those who wronged you, what would you do? Would you be as calculating as Song 1 or as ruthlessly cold as Tobias? Thank you for exploring the wildly entertaining world of microdramas with me today. Keep asking questions and keep learning.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.